So now that I have this, file cloned to my desktop, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. And this is just my workflow. There's different workflows. I find this is just a really great introductory workflow to GitHub. And so I had another folder here called, creating websites, where I did all my work. Yeah. And I'm just going to copy that, Command C, and then take what I've created in that folder. And the one that's my one from GitHub, I'm going to paste all that work in there. And I'll replace that. And so now I've just pasted all those files in here. And so I've already made videos of these. And in Blackboard, under Lectures to Watch, if you click on these lectures right here, you'll see like install GitHub, configure GitHub for Windows, creating a repo, Unix command line commands, pushing to GitHub, right? But by taking our folders, our files, and putting it in there, now we have some files that are new in this repository on my computer. And if I launch my terminal, and this is going to get Unixy, and that's why I made an entire video about Unix commands, which you can watch, right? So I have my terminal here, and now I could start to do things like I want to see what is my current working directory. I'm in that. And what's in here, I'm going to list and list all. And this is kind of what we were seeing Tuesday. I'm going to list everything that's in that directory. And there's documents. So I want to change directory, CD, into documents. And so now I'm in documents. And now I want to list everything in documents. And I have this one in here, which is called sample delete. So if I change directories into sample delete, I can now look in here and see what's in there. And I can see it has that .git file. And this is the magic file that says that there's some software running on this folder called Git, which is going to track all of my changes. So I can now start using Git commands here. And one of the Git commands I could use is git status. And these other videos I made go through this much more slowly, but I just want to show you the process. I can say git status, and it tells me, hey, there's some stuff in there that's changed since you've last sort of synced this with the cloud, GitHub. So I'm going to do git commit. I'm going to do git add and a period, and that adds all the files to be changed, that have been changed, adds them to go up to GitHub. So I do a git add, the period, and the period means add everything. And then I do a git commit, and I'm going to commit these, meaning a commit is basically a point in time where you're saying take a snapshot. So I'm taking a snapshot, and the snapshot will be called end of lesson 1 is what I'm calling my snapshot. And now I could get a git status, and it says, hey, everything is clean, but you're ahead of Origin Master by 1. Origin Master is GitHub in the cloud, right? So I'm on Branch Master, which is my computer, kind of, so to speak. And I'm not totally clear on that, actually. And then Origin Master is basically, that's up at GitHub. So I'm going to do a git push, and now it's pushing everything up to GitHub. And now if I do a git status, it just says, hey, everything is clean, and I'm up to date. But if I go to GitHub, and where is it? Right there. And I look at this repository, right? I now have lesson 1 in there. And inside lesson 1, I have all of my index HTML, and there it is. So I'm keeping track of all my work, and it's all at GitHub. And then when I get home, I could just, from GitHub, I can say, hey, clone that folder to my desktop, and it brings everything down. Or if it's already at my desktop, I could sync it, right? And it will bring everything up to speed. So GitHub's important to know about. You need to know about it if you're developing it. I know that the Unix commands and the GitHub commands are confusing at first. What? Change directory? What? ls-la, which is list all. What? Git status? What? Git commit -am, and then the message, what? Git add period, right? But there's just like 7 commands that when you get those 7 commands, you really can start to do GitHub. And so watch the video that I'm recording right now at home and play with it, and then watch the videos up here, which I made Tuesday night, which will teach you those Unix commands. That's 6 minutes, and then teach you how to push to Git, kind of what I just did here. That's 9 minutes. And then we'll be able to, you'll be able to keep track of your work a little bit better using GitHub.